Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Indiana Overtime. Alex McCarthy, John Bonnerfind, you know the deal. We're here at Assembly Hall where Indiana held on against Penn State, something they couldn't do last year. Um, but Indiana wins 76-73 in a game that wasn't always pretty and quite frankly wasn't always very exciting or well played. But it's a win. Indiana's in first place in the Big Ten. They're 3-1 now in the conference, and it was a, a good win in the sense that Hunter Mascara-Perea missed the game and is going to miss a few games or quite a few games with a dislocated kneecap, and Indiana kind of had to scramble at the last minute to accommodate that and figure out a way to make up for Mascara-Perea for his absence. Colin Hartman started, but really it was the play of a bunch of players that made up the difference there with Hunter gone. I mean, Hartman played well. He was his usual self. He had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, shot, um, I don't know, made his free throws, made a couple
Made that
really
clutch
big
three at
yeah,
the end there.
a couple really big threes. But really, the two or three people who really stood out tonight. Rob Johnson had a huge game. He had 20 points, one short of his career high. Was filling it up from behind the arc. He was 4 of 6 there. And Stan Robinson off the bench played really well. Hit 6 free throws, which is something.
All six, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And you'd love to see. I'll go off on a little
yeah.
tangent. You love to see that from a guy
A
like Stan.
stangent, if you will.
A tangent. That's bad.
That's terrible.
But Stan obviously with the suspension at the beginning of the year, and then with the shot change going to righty and now back to lefty. Um, it's good to see him. At least play to some of his offensive capabilities. I forget he was 3 for 6 from the field today, but made all 6 of his free throws. Grabbed some rebounds, 4 rebounds to be exact. Played some good defense. So it was really nice to see him come out and give a really good effort. And then you mentioned Rob Johnson, 20 points, 7 for 11 shooting, 4 for 6 from 3-point line. Made 4 of IU's 9 3-pointers. And really, those two areas were the difference in the game. Penn State made 5 more field goals than IU, but IU outscored Penn State um, by 23 points at the free throw line and 3-point line combined.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like you said, that's
Because
kind of where they made
well,
everything up.
Penn State outscored IU 46 to 26 in the paint. But
Yeah, it's
you know,
crazy that Indiana was able to win a game where it got
and
dominated.
yeah, Indiana held Penn State to 4 of 24 from the 3-point line, which is I don't know why you keep shooting that much if you're
Yeah.
not even coming close. And then they only shot 11 free throws, made 7 of them.
Yeah, Indiana did a really, really good job of keeping Penn State away from the line, from the foul line, and then playing the perimeter defense that we kind of saw them play last year, where they were able to shut people down and really kind of stymie opponents from doing anything for the perimeter. Uh, an unlikely hero tonight, or one of the unlikely heroes, um, with I think it was like 12 minutes left.
Yeah, 12:03.
Indiana was tied at 51. Indiana and Penn State tied at 51, and Ryan Burton came in. And I think the main reaction of media folk and of fans was, oh, that's weird. Like Ryan Burton, we haven't seen him since I don't even know, like the exhibition games,
Yeah.
and like he's hardly seen the floor at all this season. And then he comes in, he's in the game for like 6 minutes. Indiana goes on a run, gets up I think by 12, like 69-57 at the time that he left, and he got like a standing ovation coming out of the game. It was everyone came into the game kind of talking about Emmett Holt, about this is with Perea's injury, this is kind of Emmett's time to grab that starting spot, to grab a larger role in the team and contribute and whatever. But Holt didn't take a shot, was 1 for 2 shooting free throws, didn't get a rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal in 13 minutes. He hardly really did anything. But then Ryan Burton comes in and gets 3 offensive rebounds. Um,
And assist too.
Yep, and an assist. I mean, it's not a line, a box score line that's going to jump out at you, but the way that he played, I mean, his plus minus is probably insane.
I was gonna say that's got to go way up.
Yeah.
But yeah, his last offensive rebound wasn't so much a rebound than him just like diving for the ball and tipping it out to James Blackman, who made a 3, and that put IU up, I think 12 at the time. So yeah, Burden's play was really big, um, and I'll briefly touch on it. But Yogi, it was good to see like Rob Johnson saying and then like Burden contribute, because not only with Mascara Perea, but Yogi again kind of had a not as his usual good game. I mean, he had 7 points. He did have 6 assists,
Right, to two
only
turnovers.
to 2 turnovers. But like second straight game that Yogi doesn't score in the double digits. It's kind of odd, but you know, the offense still shot 47% and put up 76 points.
Yeah, it does operate, you know, at times even when Yogi Ferrell isn't scoring, the offense is sometimes able to
It's a
kind of work
machine.
together. It's a machine,
Can't
man.
stop it, man.
We can only hope to contain it. Yeah, Yogi played 37 minutes, which I didn't really realize. You know, watching the game live,
yeah,
because you know, we kind of
he
needed
does
to.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, you touch on the assists and just 2 turnovers. Indiana had, I think, just 3 turnovers at halftime. Ended up with 9. Again, they've grown tremendously in their ability to keep the ball secure from last year to this year. When you're not giving away possessions,
It's night and day.
it's huge. I mean, this is a game that Indiana would have lost last year. I mean, a
They
3-point
did lose
game.
the game
Yeah,
last
they
year.
did.
They
It's
did lose
exactly
it.
what it was. They were turning the ball over like crazy, and when you give away possessions in what's going to be a 3-point game, you know, 3 or 4-point game, you're not going to win very many of those games. And like Crean said, IU was, I think, 2-6 in games decided by 1 possession last year, and this year, they've changed their tune a little bit and been able to stay in games and kind of close opponents out. But that's about it from here. Indiana goes to Illinois on Sunday. Um, John might be
1
there.
o'clock game.
We'll see. Yeah,
We'll
1
see.
o'clock game. If you're you know, want to get a little bit of basketball in before the football playoffs, the NFL playoffs there on Sunday, Indiana's the team to watch there. But until then, again, Indiana 76, Penn State 73. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good rest of your week.